Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Felix Zanti, and I work for France Canadian Immigration Consulting. I am the chief consultant in this place. And go down there, share this video, hit on the like button, and subscribe to my channel. So whenever I come up to give you pertinent information, you're gonna you're gonna be notified the first. So today we are talking about the Canadian Experience class. Canadian Experience class is the third aspect of the Canadian Express Entry program. Keep in mind, I told you last time that Canadian Express Entry program is a federal government tool. The tool that the federal government uses to determine who is coming into Canada and who is not coming into Canada. Today we are talking about a Canadian Experience class. It is important to note that the Canadian Experience class is for skilled workers. When I talk about skilled workers, I mean people who have skills and who do have Canadian work experience. And not only that, these people want to become permanent residents and stay eternally in Canada. It is interesting to note that the Canadian Express Entry is separated into three different aspects. But today, we are not talking about the other ones. We are talking only about the Canadian Experience class. For time constraints, I'm going to dive straight into the program and I'm going to tell you about the minimum requirements. When I talk about the minimum requirements, the first thing I want to highlight is the language eligibility. Now, you need to take one of the government prescribed language, either in French or in English. Now, you taking a language in French, it means you're taking something like TCF or something like TEF, or you are taking the IELTS exams. And whatever the case, it is not that counts. It is what the Canadian government calls the Canadian Language Benchmark. And the benchmark is designed by the government of Canada, is equated by the government of Canada as per the number or as per the score that you score in your language exams. Now, for people who are working in tier 0 or tier 1, the Canadian language benchmark that you need to hit is 7. And people who are working in tier 2 or tier 3, the Canadian benchmark of language that you need to hit is 5. It used to be people working in NOC 0 and NOC A and NOC B, but today is tier because there is that transition that took place last month and it is already in effect. So you need to hit either the CLB 7 or the CLB 5 in all the different language competencies, that is in writing, in reading, in listening, and in speaking. Now, most interestingly, we are talking now about education as a qualification criteria for the Canadian Experience class. Now, for you to qualify, you need to have studied in Canada. You need to have studied in Canada. So in that case, you will not be subjected to the foreign equivalents, what they call ECA, Education Credential Assessment. And keep in mind, your assessment must be done only by those organizations or those associations that have been appointed by the government of Canada, for example, WES. So, you studying in Canada doesn't give you automatic eligibility. You need to have worked. And working in Canada, you need to work a full-time job for at least 1 year in the past 3 years. So you're working in Canada for 1 whole year. Now, working in Canada full-time for 1 whole year, what does it mean? It means that according to government regulations, 1 whole year of full-time work means that you must work every week for at least 30 hours a week. So 30 hours a week for the entire year qualifies you for this program. Otherwise, if you don't have that opportunity or that luxury to work 30 hours a week, then you must accumulate part-time jobs which are going to top up or to be equivalent to a full-time job. We are talking about full-time jobs here and no other thing. And now there is another group of people that I want to highlight before I leave this place. And these are non or not eligible people or not eligible class for Canadian Express Entry class. The first group of people is the people residing in Canada who are refugee claimants. No, you do not qualify to apply for this particular class of permanent residents. The other one is people working in Canada without authorization. People working in Canada without authorization do not also qualify to be a part of the Canadian Experience class. And the third and last one is people whose work in Canada was gained without a temporary resident status in Canada. That is to say, you came into Canada and you don't have a status, but then you are working. That's an illegal job. So it makes you not to qualify to apply for a permanent resident through this stream. I'm going to drop it down here, and thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. My name is Felix Zante, and I am the CEO for France Canadian Immigration Consulting. We are based in Laval, in Montreal. And go down there and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. And if there is anything that you want us to talk about, you can leave it in the comments page. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.